Hi, my name's Gary West and I work for General Motors and I work in the Urban Active team. The Urban Active team is GM's Urban Mobility Incubator.
All right. Interestingly, Chevrolet has brought the Bolt, the electric vehicle Bolt here. There seems to be a potential building up not just in traditional markets like Europe and Japan, but now even the Middle East seems to have a bit of a buzz about electric cars and intelligent mobility, of course, which has become a catchphrase. How prepared is Chevrolet for, let's say, the transition over the next half a decade or a decade towards intelligent mobility and electric cars?
That's a great question. Chevrolet are absolutely prepared, and I would say we're leading in this particular area. My role looks after connected, autonomous, shared, and electric vehicles, and we have lots of activity in each one of those particular areas. Today we launched the Chevrolet Bolt EV, and we're very excited and proud to be bringing this to the region. We truly see an opportunity in the Middle East region with electrification, as I say, we're pleased to bring our first vehicle to the marketplace. We're going to be launching additional vehicles in the next 18 months. 2 new vehicles, electric vehicles, will be launched globally, and by 2023, 20 vehicles. So you're going to start to see different types of segments, different types of form factors in terms of electric vehicles on the road, and Chevrolet and our brands GMC and Cadillac will be part of that.
General Motors in general, and let's say Chevrolet in particular, were quite early movers in the electric car segment. The Bolt was a good example of that. But you faced many challenges during the early years of the Bolt, and somehow it seems like a rank outsider like Tesla seems to have grabbed all the attention, if not the market in electric cars. But don't you feel that Chevrolet has got a lot of catching up to do to gain back the advantage that you had?
I wouldn't say we've got a lot of catching up to do. We would say that this vehicle, the Chevrolet Bolt EV, is the longest range, most affordable electric vehicle on the market. So 520 kilometers in one charge. That is an extremely powerful package from an EV perspective. Obviously, there are other brands. Some position themselves from a luxury perspective, but we're yet to see what their true offering will be. So, as I say, this is our first entrance into the true electric vehicle market. And I think, to be honest, I think that the market is in general quite young and nascent. So, there's enough space for quite a lot of manufacturers to bring electric vehicles into the market.
But again, in general, across manufacturers, there's been a projection of a roadmap ahead where manufacturers are promising between, let's say, 5 or 10 new electric vehicle models. Certain manufacturers are looking at an electric vehicle in each segment that they address. Does Chevrolet come with such a roadmap?
Absolutely. As I mentioned, 2 new vehicles in addition to the Chevrolet Bolt EV in the next 18 months, and 20 vehicles by 2023. And you can absolutely expect different form factors, different segments within that. Okay. So I think that's really key in terms of making electric something that the consumer actually wants, to make sure that it's not just a compact car. Okay. It's actually a package which is in many other segments that would be suited to our region here.
However, I think the major advantage of an electric car would be combined with the progress in terms of level 3, level 4, level 5 autonomous driving, which is now coming into models. When are we going to see that juncture where, let's say, the electric car is almost synonymous with the robotic robotic cars?
That's a great question. From GM's perspective, we're putting a lot of time and energy into autonomous, and you mentioned levels 1 through 5. 5 is the robot taxi, so it doesn't need a steering wheel, it doesn't need pedals, it will pick you up at your destination and drive you to wherever you want to go. So from GM's perspective, our GM Cruise team is specifically focusing on level 4 and level 5. And from a point of view of consumer ready technology in autonomous, we've just launched the CT6 in the United States, the Cadillac CT6, which has an advanced level 2 autonomous technology. So in the last 2 months, we've driven from coast to coast just using that technology on the freeways of the US. So from my perspective and from GM's perspective, that technology is being developed and will be here sooner than you think.
How much of your future direction is limited by current battery technology?
Well, that's a great question too. Obviously, the technology is very key to range, and so whether you're looking at the chemistry or the actual physical weight of the battery, all of those have some dynamic in terms of the range that you can produce. However, from GM's point of view, we're also focused on hydrogen electric. So we believe that there are certain use cases where you need to be able to charge the vehicle or refuel the vehicle, so to speak, much quicker, as you would do with a conventional combustion engine. And so we're very focused also on hydrogen electric. We've got a vehicle which is being tested by the US military right now. So it's a mid-size Colorado pickup being used by the military in some very tough environments, and that is hydrogen electric. We've just launched a concept which is basically a hydrogen platform called Surus. So hydrogen power generation, four-wheel drive, four-wheel steer with autonomous technology. So again, we're looking at military, emergency services use, logistics use. So I think depending on the different use cases that there are and the technology required, we feel that there's a solution.
All right. Is GM investing itself in terms of manufacture of batteries and the components and the systems which are required for these future vehicles?
Yeah, you mentioned earlier on that we've been working in the EV space for some time, and although we physically do not manufacture the batteries at this moment in time, certainly the chemistry and that level of detail our engineers are very, very close to. So that's sort of proprietary technology, so to speak.